Hey girl, hey, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Misha. Thank you guys for joining me yet again for another review. Listen, y'all, we are almost at the finish line. Next week is decision day. Don't forget to meet me here live next Wednesday night at 8:45 so we can get into it right after these people say yay or nay, honey. It's like graduation day, okay? We have been in school for 4 whole years. This is our graduation. I am so excited. Oh my gosh. Y'all, let's get into this episode. 3 days until decision day. So Clint is doing a little cam and he's telling us how he was blindsided by Gina saying that he had odd energy. He's like, these things are things she's saying to them, but she's never said anything to me like that. Child, Gina is a piece of work. Don't even worry about it. Jasmine and Eris. So Mackenzie's grimy self is back at it again. Okay, you need to go away. But I mean, it's the last few episodes, so I guess. So they're boxing. After they start boxing, they sit down. They start talking about Eris's attraction level to Jasmine. So he's like, well, you know, it's not where it's supposed to be. But I mean, we sleep in the same bed, so that's good. I mean, it's not like Gina and Clint. Everybody knows those two are just passing time. That is just terrible. I really feel like Clint and Jasmine need a do-over. Like, why did y'all do this? This just doesn't make any sense. So Eris, you know, to get the heat off of him, he's like, I've been hearing some things. Okay, you know I love a little gossip. So word on the street is you slid into Gina's DMs. He said, yeah, I slid into her DMs, you know, because basically I wanted her to hook me up with one of her celebrity friends that I didn't have a chance with, and that was pretty much it. Sure it was. You really think we are as dumb as Eris looks, don't you? Shout out to Eris. Eris, I'm just making fun of you, child. But don't nobody know Gina. Who knows Gina? Quickly. Okay, nobody? Don't nobody know Gina but them stylists down at that salon. You did not slide into her DM so she could hook you up with a celebrity. Be very for real right now. Okay, if you can't be a husband, if you can't be on this show, be for real. So he's saying, yeah, you know, I mean, Gina is good looking. I may go out with her. I mean, if I could, if her and Clint get a divorce, then I'm going to shoot my shot. Every time I see McKinley, these past 2 episodes, I respect Dom more and more. Dom, you did your big one by leaving McKinley in that basement. You really did. Shaquille and Kirsten. Baby, this scene right here. Shaq and Kirsten belong together. Both of them are nuts. Child, let's get into it. So for whatever reason, these two are going to the studio to drop some beats. So baby, they're at this studio. So Shaquille is saying, you know, they both love music, so they're going to create a song. Now, I think that's very sweet, and it's really a cute date, but okay, they're giving her their story, which is the engineer, right? They're giving her their story for her to create lyrics to it so they can create a song. Married at First Sight just do any old thing, don't they? Any old thing. So this lady is like, oh my gosh, you're a lyricist. Oh, I got a songstress on my hands. This lady was selling them American Idol dreams with karaoke vocals. It was a fool. Do y'all hear me? So Shaq... Shaq, you should get a no on decision day just for this. So Shaquille looks at Kirsten and he goes, you should sing a verse. So baby, she gets up to the mic. They gave Kirsten a mic. Baby, Kirsten got to singing. All I heard was cat scratching. She said, to be happy, to be right, trusting in the process, and everything will be all right. Yeah. Kirsten. Girl, goodbye. Kirsten. I'm not about to play with you. Ma'am, you, the one that encouraged Kirsten. I'm not about to play with you either. Both of y'all are done. You're done. Baby, when I heard Kirsten hit that note, I said, if Kirsten don't got nothing else, she got confidence. Girl, you got confidence, okay? And that's all you really need. That's all you really need, honey. So Kirsten is in her confessional, and she said at this moment, it made her think of all the good times. All she needs is a little auto tune. If they hook up with T-Pain, she might be all right. Moving forward. So after playing in the booth, okay, they go outside and they sit down. They're talking. So both her and Shaquille really enjoyed their final date before decision day. Kirsten is telling him that her dad doesn't want to be on camera, but after decision day, then he'll be able to meet everybody. She's like, things are going to be good. You believe me, right? Now, Kirsten, I don't believe you're saying yes. I don't believe that. But if you and Shaq want to continue to play to the bitter end, then go right ahead. Moving forward. So Shaquille is like, I just don't really feel secure in the marriage. Oh, my God. Well, guess what? If you don't feel secure in the marriage, it's too late to change it now. And quite frankly, I wouldn't either the way y'all carry on. Y'all carry on back and forth. This just don't make no sense. But you don't even greet her when you come in the door. So how do you think she feels? They showed us the receipts last episode, Shaq. You are not 100% innocent. You play a part in this as well. He wants her to support his work. Y'all know he likes her to travel with him when he goes out of town. And she feels like she has been supporting him, but it's just never enough. Shaquille, you are the problem. Okay, y'all take turns being the problem. This just don't make no sense. That's why you aren't meeting the daddy. Because every time you get on the screen, you start to complain. You're a whiner. Gina and Clint. So they're going on their final date. For whatever reason, he taking her on a date, because I wouldn't take her no damn well. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you said that my energy is odd. You would be sitting oddly by watching me take my damn self on a date. So Clint, being the stand-up guy that he is, he's taking her on a date. He said he feels betrayed by what she said, but he's pushing through. Gina, on the other hand, is like, it was a harsh review that I gave him, but, he has some maturing to do. And what exactly do you need to do? You are so critical of everything that he does, and you aren't even trying. You're just there so you don't get fined, and you ain't fooling us. So they go horseback riding. So after that, Clint had a picnic set up. So they sit down and pop a bottle of champagne or wine. It was one of them. So they're sitting there looking at each other. It's awkward AF. So they're talking to each other. And he brings up what she said to the experts about him being weird. She's like, well, you are. You're bizarre. Like, you're just outlandish. Like, you really are bizarre. Gina, even if you feel that way, everything doesn't have to be vocalized. I think you being so mean about it when the man has been trying is bizarre energy. How about that? You want to say that his energy is bizarre? Do you even know what the meaning of bizarre is? Because I have not seen him exhibit anything bizarre at all. What's bizarre is someone whose entire personality is wrapped up in their career. That's bizarre. Or someone telling the experts that you can grow to like someone's looks and you're not really picky, but then you get on here and nitpick every damn thing about Clint that you don't like. That's very odd energy. I don't think you know the definition of bizarre. So he goes, well, it was just out of left field. So I just don't understand why you would say that. So she's like, well, you laughing, dancing, breathing, enjoying life, being nice to me and smiling and eating and filming. It's bizarre. She is a weirdo. Girl, you're giving very much little weirdo energy. It ain't been a little weirdo since season 12, but you are definitely one of them. She's like, sorry if I hurt your feelings. Even after that, Clint was still trying to find the silver lining. He much better than me. Because once you start to treat me that way, then I completely shut down. Okay, I would have boot scooted and boogied my ass right on up out of her face. I would have been gone. Chris and Nicole. Oh, Nicole, you look pretty. So Snooki and Vinny are going on their final date before decision day. Party's here. So they're on their way to the date, right? Nicole has hired a chef to prepare a meal for her and Chris. So they're sitting at dinner. Everything is everything. They're enjoying dinner and dessert. And so Nicole starts talking about how comfortable they are together, but she doesn't want them to get too comfortable where they turn into friends. He was like, well, I want our communication to be good and for us to keep the lines open. So then he gonna try to sneak in, because if we don't live together, then we might drift apart if we don't communicate. Not you trying to slip that in, sir. We need to figure this out. Because this is the thing. I know people come down on Nicole, but if I were her, I would want to talk about our living situation as well. Because the fact that you don't want to talk about it will give me cause for alarm, because I will be like, well, dang, is he going to say no? Because why doesn't he want to talk about it? Chris, you need to get yourself together. So Nicole goes, well, I want to live together. It's no secret. He going to say, well, let's just wait until after decision day, because, living together is a big commitment. Chris, what are you talking about? Y'all are married. Just be honest and say that you're getting cold feet. And the closer it gets to decision day, you are starting to hyperventilate because you don't know what you're going to do, because you have been so used to being in Chris's bubble. And now to be outside of Married at First Sight's bubble, and it's just you and Nicole, you're not very sure how you're going to adapt to it. Just keep it all the way real. Okay, just keep it real. Eris and Jasmine. So Dr. Pepper and Pastor Calvin, they visit. Hey, y'all. So they come by to catch up. And I mean, Jasmine and Eris are sitting closer together. So I feel like he gonna say yes. I really does. He wants to prove that cousin wrong. So I think he's gonna say yes. So Dr. Pepper started to ask about their progress. And Jasmine said, he's been reaching out during the day and greeting her when they come home. They've been holding hands. So Pastor Cal wants to know if they've rubbed off on each other. I don't want to know if they rubbed off on each other. I'm just hoping they ain't been rubbing on each other, because something is just very suspicious about the way that their dynamic has changed. And Married at First Sight, there's always one couple that keeps their thing on the hush. And Jasmine is more modest. So they could have very well gotten it popping, and we don't know nothing about it. I'm hoping not, but something in the buttermilk ain't clean. So anywho, he wants to know if they've rubbed off on each other. He said, she's been speaking up, and when she's there, some of his social anxiety subsides. So having her there keeps him calm. And I thought, well, that's nice. I mean, because, Eris got the personality of a penny with a hole in it. But we know that you are probably putting on for these experts. But it was nice nonetheless. Child, we almost to the finish line. So I'm going to say something nice about Eris, honey. I've been giving him a hard time for 19 weeks. So let's just get into it. So Eris said, that they have a good foundation. And so Dr. Pepper tells them to turn to each other and say something that you like about the other person. Child, not eye contact. I don't know if Eris going to be able to do it. So he says, I like her strength and that she listens. You know what? I don't have time for this. Eris is the type to break you down, then congratulate you on the honeymoon for being gullible enough to put up with it. I know I lied and cheated on you countless times, and I disrespect you, and I don't respect your boundaries or you as a person. But the fact that you stuck in there when you could have burned my stuff up and doused it with Clorox, I appreciate you. I don't know what I could do without you. Like, this just doesn't make any sense. That's the kind of person that he is. Like, this is crazy. Side note, Pastor Cal is always trying to get these people to sleep together, knowing that it's falling the hell apart. Pastor Cal, please stop it. Just stop. So he tells them that they can't say it's not working until after decision day. You have to try it outside of this process. You're just trying to get a yes. You ain't fooling me. Okay, you are just trying to get these people to say yes by any means necessary. Moving forward, 2 days until decision day. Shaquille and Kirsten. So Pastor Cal and Dr. Peppers, they go to visit them as well. These two. So Kirsten said that they're learning each other and they listen to each other, and she's learning to let him be the leader. So then they ask Shaquille how it's going. I'm going to just say this. At this point, I feel like these people are too far gone to have these visits at this juncture. Okay, it all seems so fake. It's the same conversation. Then after the experts show up, they go right back into the same BS they were doing before they came. So really and truly, I kind of checked out. But we do find out that he met her dad off camera. So I guess that the dad really did not want to be filmed. And he's like, well, I mean, it took her so long, but stop complaining. You met him like you wanted to. And even Dr. Pepper had to explain to him, everyone's family dynamic is not the same. And I said that last review. You're being such a stickler. And yes, she did say her family was close and this, that, and this and that. But at the same damn time, everybody is not your family, Shaquille. Every family isn't giving Big Mama and soul food. It's just not. I think, now this is just my opinion, I personally think she was afraid to introduce Shaquille because she thought that he would not be the type of man that her dad liked. That's what I really think. I think that she didn't think her dad would approve of Shaquille. But when they actually met, he liked him, and now she's relieved. That's what I think. So Pastor Cal said, well, I feel like you two are going to be a power couple. We've been doing this a long time. So we know a power couple when we see it. Okay, Calvin, I'm about sick of this. Moving forward. Eris and Jasmine. So they're on their final date, and this is what I noticed. Why isn't he leading? He's always making sure that he's comfortable. She drives. She lotions his ankles. She holds the door open for him, and he walks through first. She just happy to be there. And I really hate that for her. You don't have to be happy to be in his space. You are the moment. Don't worry about him. I mean, it's really disheartening to watch, because I'm just looking at this paddle boat like, now why in the hell is she in the front and he in the back? Anyway, so after being on the boat, they sit down to toast. Child, I'm also toasting to it being almost over. That's what I'm toasting to, with a refreshing ginger ale. So then Eris is asking her if she knows what she's going to say on decision day. And she's like, I'm just a little bit torn. He said, I'm pretty confident in my answer. Everything that I asked you to change, you did that. Wow. Just wow. Just wow. She said, well, I know that I've given 1,000%, so I'm not going to have any regrets, as you shouldn't. Jasmine said, a lot will have to change in order for us to be together. Like, for us to stay together, a lot is going to have to change. Well, I hate to break it to you, Jasmine, but you have already laid the foundation for him to get away with murder. He gonna be able to do whatever he wants, because the way you start is going to be what he always expects. So you are really going to have to put your foot down if you stay with Eris, because I can only imagine how things will go after the cameras go away. Girl, you better call Katina. Moving forward. So he's talking like it's a yes. But a yes on decision day just doesn't really mean much to me, because we got to wait until the reunion to get the real. I just hope that whatever happens, Jasmine is happy. Whatever the case is, I just hope that she's happy. So all of the couples are going to hang out together, the women and the men. So the men go to hang, and Eris is like, the whole McKinley and Gina thing. My name Bennett, and I ain't in it. Okay, I ain't saying nothing about it. Over with the ladies, they also go for drinks. So Eris asks, where they are on decision day. So Clint starts telling them what Gina said about him to the experts. Over with the women, Gina is also telling the women what she said. She's like, he's charismatic, but it's not a turn on. So what exactly is a turn on? Gina, who exactly do you want to marry? Vidal Sassoon or Paul Mitchell? Okay, all you care about is yourself. What exactly would turn you on? I really am interested to see Gina's type. I cannot wait till those pages go public. I want to see, what is your type? So Nicole is telling the ladies that she doesn't want Chris to say yes, just so it won't hurt her feelings. Truth is, I'm tired. No comment. No comment. Just then, Jasmine shows up. Hey, girl. And so Kirsten is telling them that she hopes that Shaquille takes everything into consideration, and that he knows that things are going to get better over time. Over with the guys, Shaquille is telling them that he met Kirsten's dad. Kirsten and I consummated our marriage. I ain't gonna never forget that. I'm never gonna forget it. Oh, honey. Kirsten and I consummated our marriage. Shaq met her daddy. Oh, child, that is so funny. So anywho, he met Kirsten's dad. He was like, but why did it take so long? And again, stop. Okay, it doesn't matter how long it took. You have met the daddy. Okay, and the way you complain is probably the reason why you met the daddy right now and not earlier. So please just stop. So Clint asked how the dad was, and Shaquille said, he was very sweet. He was cooking for his granddaughter, and he felt that the dad was great. Like, he could also be a father to him. I think Shaquille is really looking for a male figure in his life. I think him not having his dad growing up is probably the reason why meeting Kirsten's dad was so important to him, because he really wants that, and he didn't have that. That's what I'm gathering. So Clint was like, look, do the two of you have fun together? He said, not as much fun as we could, but it could be fun after the cameras go. Short answer, no. Okay, no, they do not. So he said, could you see yourself being single again? He said, well, I don't know if I want to see myself single again. He said, I love hearing her say good morning and going to sleep with her at night. Well, I hope you said back, because judging from them clips we saw, it be looking like she be getting on your nerves. So then he asked Eris the same thing, if he could see himself single. Here he go. I mean, yes and no. Leave it up to him. He's like, I miss the rush of being, a garden tool, laying it low and spreading it wide and being in these streets. But, I'm also Miss Jasmine and the dog and the dog's hair. That Jasmine thought I was talking about her hair, but I really was talking about her dogs. I might miss that. Over with the women, Jasmine is telling them that her and Gina went pole dancing and she was throwing it in a circle and Eris was throwing money at her. And he was also scanning the room looking at Gina's donk. Okay, and don't think I didn't see it. So she says she feels like Eris is hot and cold. And he said last night that things can get better after decision day. So all of the women are like, what? Girl, so that means he might say yes. I don't believe anything he says. If you do believe it, Jasmine, take it with a grain of salt. Okay? I would not believe anything that Eris has to say. Over with Eris, he's telling them about, despite the horrible experience that he put Jasmine through, she's been so peaceful. She still makes the home peaceful. And, she has the strength of Job. Honey, listen, Eris, why couldn't you be nice to her in the beginning? Why does she have to go through suffrage in order to show you how strong she is? I don't like that. Jasmine, on the other hand, is over there saying, I'm going to think about myself. I'm going to put myself first. And I just say that we have had good times, but I just don't know. Jasmine, listen, I hope that you mean this, because you say these things in front of the ladies. And then as soon as you get around Eris and he makes minimal effort, he could literally sneeze in your direction. Okay. And you will be all teeth, just smiling. So I feel like you say stuff, but you don't really mean it, girl. So all of the ladies are saying, it will be his loss if he says no. So then Gina starts speaking her speech. Nicole acts like she is the resident therapist. Ma'am, you and Chris have your own issues. You're always piping up. She gonna tell Kirsten, you and Shaq really need to work through it, because I saw something in you before you saw it in yourselves. And I know that you guys can be great. You really can. You just really have to try. And Kirsten was sitting there looking like, say what now? She didn't want to say it, but I say it for her. Girl gone, honey, gone. So the ladies decide to get up and do a little line dancing, right? They get up and do a little 1-2 step. And it was some fine men in the building, okay? And they start to walk over. Now this, you're on point with production, okay? Jasmine, take your pick, honey, because they in the building. Here go Nicole doing all that talking. Talk about, we're just here celebrating being married. Okay, because she wants to let it be known. The ring means a thing, honey. Don't come over here with that, because we married. Girl, speak for yourself, because some of y'all should be looking around the room. Production is really funny. They are really funny. You want us to believe that all these good looking men just came up to them, and they don't even look like they belong in here. Okay, if you know what I mean. They all of a sudden just decided to come up to them. Okay. Anywho. So one of them is talking to Kirsten, and she's like, oh, I do not miss this. I am ready to go home to my husband. You know what? Going out, if you are in a relationship, will really make you appreciate your spouse. It either will make you see that you're missing something, or that you can't wait to get back to what you thought you were missing. Because when that guy was talking to Kirsten, I was like, ew, is this really what's going on out here? See, this is why I'm by myself, honey. This is just why. So then another man walks up to Jasmine and starts talking to her about him being a breeder and how he's a boxer. They got things in common. So as she's doing an interview, he's like, come on, you don't even have to do that. Let's go. She was like, let's go. What are you talking about? So he flashes his keys talking about the 740 outside. Let's go. Sir, carry your ass on. She's already working with one doofus, and here you come. What in your mind makes you think that you can flash your keys and she ready to leave with you? You know what, production? I'll take it back. I don't know where you got these men from, but these men are not it, honey. Send them back from whence they came. I'll take it back. I just take it back. This is why I don't date. Because what? Sir, material things do not make you a catch. You clearly don't have much to offer outside of that leased car. Flashing your keys. Boy, gone. So everybody is back home after this man tried to pick up Jasmine. Everybody's back home, and Shaquille actually greeted Kirsten. I'm like, oh, he happy. This is about to be over, okay? In Clint's apartment, Clint is asking Gina, did anything interesting happen? Gina's like, oh, no, not really. I mean, there were some dudes throwing out their numbers. So Nicole is pillow talking with Chris, telling Chris about Mr. 740. Over at Jasmine and Eris's house, baby, she ain't mentioning a thing. Do you hear me? She has not said nothing. So they're talking about it being the final day in the shared apartment. And so he's asking her how she's feeling about it all. And she's like, I'm just happy that we were matched. Are you? Child, you about the only one. So she says she's just happy that they were matched and that he was so honest, because him being so honest, it helped her to grow. Jasmine, go to bed. Girl, go to bed and wipe that damn makeup off. Moving forward. Over with Kirsten and Shaq, they're being their awkward selves. And he said, it's been an emotional roller coaster. That it has. I feel like I have been in this marriage with all of you for 19 weeks. And next week, I will decide whether or not I want to stay associated with any of you. I think I'm going to say no on decision day. I think I would say no. So Kirsten says she just hopes that they can process what they've been through to see if this is what they want for life. Listen, good luck to all of you, and I will see you all dressed up on decision day. Honey, I think I might get dressed up for decision day. I'm so damn happy y'all about to be out of my life. I don't know what to do. Y'all comment down below and tell me exactly what you thought about this episode. Next week, like I said, y'all don't forget to meet me, because we will be going live right after decision day. Please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And as always, stay safe, stay blessed, spread love, not germs. Peace.